One of the industry themes that we've been talking about at YI, but also here, is the profound pressure that everyone in the infrastructure delivery value chain is facing around resource constraints. What can the industry do? What can Bentley do to help with those players get projects delivered faster?
This is a really critical question. And just given the pace of innovation and disruption in the industry, no one player can bring all the innovation and solutions in front of the users. So Bentley plays a really critical role during this process. One is to understand what our users and our accounts are faced with, be it engineering services firm or your asset owner operator. There are going to be unique challenges, and we need to understand what those challenges are. And then secondly is we want to work with the entire ecosystem, be it application or services or data providers, and how we can collectively come together to help our users. All right, Tom, let's get into specific details. Give me a couple of examples of how our partners in the ecosystem are helping our users solve very tough challenges.
Yeah, I think I would take something that's very top of mind, important for Bentley, but I think important for our users, which is you cannot solve problems in asset analytics unless you have an ecosystem approach. And the reason why is Bentley wants to provide our users and partners with a great platform for processing data to get real world insights. What that means is they want to process reality, point cloud data, photos, and get insights from it. We provide a fantastic platform to do that. We do not provide the data or the data collection services in order to get to that outcome. So let's take the use case of you're a road agency that wants to do some transportation, some road asset curation. Then we would work with Blyncsy, which sources data from a range of third parties to solve those problems. But you could be a utility company that wants to do an asset inventory of your distribution telephone poles. We provide the tools that allow you to get the telephone poles out of the real world data, but we don't collect the data in the real world. And so it requires an ecosystem to solve those problems. And that's really what the Bentley Ecosystem Catalog is set up to help, which is help our users identify those data sources, data collectors, and others that can get to outcomes.
It reminds me of this concept in economics called comparative advantage, where each player focuses on what they do the best, but then collectively they come together and they're able to offer the best solution to the users, right? And I love that example, which is, by partnering with all these different ecosystem partners, we are covering the entirety of the value chain.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to something that's really critically important. If you solve one piece of the problem, you haven't solved the problem. And our users want outcomes. Our job is to get them to the most efficient, fastest, cost-effective outcomes. We play a role, a big role, but other players play important roles in that as well. And our job, I think, in this curation motion for the Bentley Ecosystem Catalog is to pull the players together to let our users define partners and others that we've worked with before to get them to the fastest outcomes.
Ecosystem is at the heart of what we do here at Bentley. What has differentiated us over the years has been our conviction to data security and privacy. As many of you know, we pride in having our users' data continue to remain users' data. We pride ourselves in embracing an open and vibrant ecosystem in terms of interoperability across different platforms. But equally important is our continued commitment to data security and privacy as we enter the age of AI. In fact, we recently launched an initiative with our users to co-innovate to understand what are some novel use cases that they are leveraging using AI and how we can bring that back to help drive innovation within Bentley. So that all of that speaks to, again, the importance of ecosystem in our strategy.
Look, I think for me, it's a quite simple question. We can't solve all of our users' problems. You've heard the phrase, it takes a village. It takes a village. In order to provide outcomes for our users in the fastest way possible, we provide an integral role, providing great tools, great platform services, but it requires other data providers, service providers, other applications to pull together the whole set of solutions that solve user challenges. And that is critical to Bentley Systems and to our users.